Nation.
He is like not a very good fighter. How everybody think that he is the best. No, he's like it. Simple.
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So if you guys heard what Sergey Kovalev just said, he said that Andre Ward is not a very good fighter like people think. And then he said he's just flat out simple, meaning there's nothing special about him. He's simple. This is not a difficult guy to beat because he's simple. So here comes the very obvious question. So if Andre Ward is simple, why are you looking to hire an additional trainer to prepare for a rematch with this simple fighter that's not very good or not really that good? This interview, by the way, that you guys are looking at right now, this is the post-fight interview that Sergey Kovalev did following the Kovalev versus Ward fight. This was right after he stepped off stage from the press conference. Matter of fact, if you listen in the background, you can actually hear Andre Ward speaking because he's doing his portion of the press conference while Sergey Kovalev is right here saying how simple and how easy of an opponent Andre Ward was. Well, it turns out Andre Ward was so simple that now Kovalev is thinking about hiring an additional, not hiring a new trainer, you know, and getting rid of his old trainer. No, he's doubling up. He's talking about hiring an additional trainer to help him prepare for simple Andre Ward. Matter of fact, this is exactly what Sergey Kovalev had to say to allboxing.ru. Quote, filter everything that I need and dump everything that I don't need. Maybe add someone into my team. I've already started the talks with some of the specialists whom give me advice, who might be useful for me in the career ahead. It's going to be like a second breath, end quote. Now let me make this clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Sergey Kovalev wanting to give himself a better chance of beating Andre Ward in a rematch by hiring an additional trainer, a third trainer, however many trainers he wants to hire. There's nothing wrong with him doing that. That's a smart thing to do. But doesn't it make it a little ironic that it's the guy who said Andre Ward is simple that wants to hire an additional trainer, as opposed to it being Andre Ward? Isn't that pretty crazy when you think about that? Andre Ward is not looking to hire an additional trainer. So why is Sergey Kovalev? Something else that was pretty interesting is when Kovalev said, you know, I want to dump some of the things that I don't need and add some of the things that I do need. When you hear him say that, notice he's blaming it on himself. That's an admission that deep down Sergey Kovalev, he realizes that he didn't do enough to win this fight. I mean, forget about all of the fans who think that Kovalev was robbed. No, we're talking about what Kovalev feels deep down in his heart. You see, when truth comes to light, it often sounds a lot different than the rhetoric. You feel me? Because once again, Sergey Kovalev said, I want to hire an additional trainer. Maybe he can help me dump the things that I don't need and add on to things that I do need. This is the reason why, like I started to say at the beginning of this video, This is the reason why sometimes it is very smart to just swallow your pride, as opposed to speaking on pride and emotion and lying about things because you're upset at the time. Because eventually that truth is going to come knocking to your door and force you to contradict yourself, like it just made Kovalev contradict himself right now. It's nothing wrong with being honest and saying, hey man, it was a tough fight. Andre Ward is very clever. Whatever you want to say, it's nothing wrong with saying that. Nothing wrong with being a little humble after the fact. Oh yeah, something else I wanted to mention, the trainer. The trainer that Sergey Kovalev is trying to hire right now, his name is Nikolai Kromov. He trained the 96, 2000, and 2004 Russian Olympic team. So, like I said, this guy is no joke. And this is what you expect a fighter to do when he feels he's going up against the toughest opponent he's ever faced in his career. This is what you expect someone to do. This is the reason why I say there's no reason for Sergey Kovalev to try to berate Andre Ward. You ain't got to lie to kick it. Just tell people, yeah, this guy is not easy to beat. Let me pull out all the guns. I mean, now, and of course, you would think that after a good 100+ amateur fights, after 30 professional fights, you would think that Sergey Kovalev, he would be as prepared as he could be for a simple Andre Ward, right? But that ain't the case. And you know, I want to make it very clear as well, this video really has nothing to do with who you thought won the fight. That's not what this video is about. This video is about Sergey Kovalev wanting to hire an additional trainer versus Andre Ward, who's not planning on hiring an additional trainer. That's all this is about. And the question, or the rhetorical question, is why does he need an additional trainer? That's what this really comes down to. And of course, Sergey Kovalev, he's not going to tell you, oh, I'm hiring an additional trainer just because I don't trust the judges in America. That doesn't make sense, because last time I checked, when Sergey Kovalev beat Bernard Hopkins, there was no judges that gave Bernard Hopkins any rounds that he didn't deserve. I think damn near all the rounds were scored for or in favor of Sergey Kovalev. Now, you know what's so funny that I say that? As I'm saying that, I'm thinking about real corruption. Like when Floyd Mayweather completely dominated Canelo Alvarez, they still had a judge that had the fight, what was it, a draw? I don't remember. Matter of fact, I think one judge actually gave Canelo the fight, right? I kind of forget, but I think they actually gave him the fight. But the point that I'm making is we've never seen a scorecard like that before Sergey Kovalev fought Andre Ward, right? There was no judge that had the Kovalev versus Hopkins fight a draw, right? Or Hopkins winning the fight. Matter of fact, even Gennady Golovkin, when Golovkin fought fighters like Curtis Stevens, he actually won rounds 4 and 5, but the official judges, they didn't give Curtis Stevens those rounds. And yet you had a foreigner fighting against an American on American soil, in the American's backyard. When Willie Monroe arguably won a round or two, they didn't give him any rounds in his own backyard, right? So we can't use these, you can't trust the judges because they love American black fighters so much. I mean, that's almost like accusing cops of loving black people too much in America. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Let's see what Sergey Kovalev does. Let's see what Andre Ward does. We don't even really know if the Kovalev-Ward fight is going to be next. If these guys are going to end up taking tune-up bouts, we don't really know what's going on. But this move is very, very telling. And I truly believe that even Andre Ward, he sees these type of actions And I think this is the reason why Andre Ward, regardless if you guys believe who, no matter who you thought won the fight, but I think this is the reason why Andre Ward was just recently saying, I want Sergey Kovalev to just admit that he lost. He's in denial, et cetera, the way he's acting. He's basing everything on emotion. I'm paraphrasing, but this is pretty much what Andre Ward said. And then once again, all of a sudden, he goes from calling Andre Ward simple and not a very good fighter to now all of a sudden, I'm going to have to hire another trainer to beat this man. This is the reason why I believe Andre Ward has been saying a lot of things that he's been saying about Sergey Kovalev. So we'll see what happens, guys. That's all I got for now, and I'm on to the next one.